Paradise, getting the show on the road. Before we dive in, guys, I run a blog called bloggingfromparadise.com where I sell blogging courses and blogging ebooks and offer free at bloggingfromparadise.com. Once again. All right, guys, let me make sure that this is entirely, if I'm even here, I'm just checking on Twitter. Cool, there I go. All right, dudes and dudettes, I wanted to take a few moments to explain what blogging is and what blogging is not. I think there's a lot of confusion. I know there's a lot of confusion in the blogging world based on what I see on a daily basis. That is a lot of bloggers don't quite know what blogging is and certainly don't seem to be aware of what it isn't. The reason why this video could be very beneficial to you is because I have to close the curtain in the back. Is because when you understand clearly what it is, and more importantly, in a lot of cases, what it isn't, then you can move forward with a clearer intent. You know what you're doing. You'll follow guidance from skilled, experienced professionals, and you'll experience greater success, have greater freedom. Most of all, you'll have fun being truly helpful. That's really what it comes down to. And you help people and you love the process. That's really at the essence. It's the essence of blogging. That's what it is. And that's where the success comes together. And most importantly, you'll be having fun. That's the point. It's not to punish yourself with endless work. And of course, it's a lot of work. But again, you got to know what it is. Virtually every struggle is a blogger trying to make it what it's not. So first off, let's go. What is blogging? It's a way to be truly helpful for a highly targeted individual in a singular niche. The skills that go into being truly helpful involve writing and publishing targeted long-form blog posts that are solving pressing problems from that singular, specific, tight niche. Building strong relationships with bloggers through genuine outreach, which means helping them and asking for and expecting nothing in return to earn their trust. And I wanted to add too, when it comes to being truly helpful, it's not just publishing content to your blog, aka blog post. It also means being truly helpful offsite in highly targeted spots. So for example, I write and publish a number of updates to blogging tips themed groups on Facebook and LinkedIn on a daily basis because my readers at bloggingfromparadise.com want blogging tips. And this attracts bloggers who want blogging tips to bloggingfromparadise.com from social media. Off-site work is as important as blogging. On-site, it is. If you build it and you put it in the middle of the desert, aka you do nothing off-site, they're not going to come. Even Google these days, and it's been a while now, they've said you need high-quality backlinks, and you don't do it by sitting there in your blogging ivory tower, ivory castle. No, you got to get out there and network. It's just a part of it. And with networking, I mean being truly helpful through genuine outreach. Blogging is also usually monetizing through multiple income streams to increase your business. It's coming in from the scratch, is coming in from multiple channels. I personally focus on two these days through two different digital storefronts. I sell blogging courses and blogging ebooks, those two through both Gumroad and Payhip, but all of it's available at bloggingfromparadise.com. That's where I link up because you want to run everything business-wise through your blog. Now, what is blogging? Those are some of the nuts and bolts of the practical end of it. And of course, SEO optimizing posts for Google can be a part of it, but I'm different because I realized that if you blog for humans across various channels and you help them, they flock to you and your blog. This is code for I drive very little to almost no Google traffic, and I do fine. I got 73,000 or however many backlinks. What I don't even care about that stuff, but it's when I mention 73,000 backlinks and a number of them through genuine block commenting and traffic through Fit, it's just the world's bigger than Google. 5 billion people use social media. For me or for any of us, there's going to be hundreds of thousands of individuals interested in your niche among those 5 billion people. Unless you're talking about how to toilet train a turtle in the Maldives. You know what I mean? Like it's not going to get that specific for most of us. So you're going to be able to find from hundreds of thousands of people, not even find, but attract these individuals by following simple strategies through social. And again, you can SEO optimize posts for Google. That's fine. Go for it. But I'm just sharing the fundamentals. These are the practical tips. Blogging is, most importantly, what it is. It's learning, practicing, and mastering these basic, simple skills, even when it gets highly uncomfortable. And that's why I gotta want to do it for fun and freedom predominantly, and the love of helping people over many thousands of hours. Please let that word sink in. And years of your life. So I've been doing this for 15 years. So if you see someone who's new to blogging tips, and they're starting a blogging tips blog, and you're just starting out, they're not going to present it like I'm presenting it now. Just because they don't have 25, 30,000 hours of practice and 15 years of experience and practice. This is what happens. You become very confident, clear, communicate seamlessly, natural. It's relaxed. 15 years, guys. And then you see 5 minutes, and I was the same way, especially on live broadcasts. This is what blogging is. It's a lot of practice. Freedom, fun, enjoyment. It's all there. But the first video I did on YouTube, live broadcast back in 2008, I did 35 plus takes. And I looked like a deer in the headlights at the camera because I was so afraid and tense and what would people think. And I'm going to sound stupid and look stupid. I don't know how I look. I probably look dumb. And if I move my head a centimeter to the left or the right, my head's going to explode like the character in Total Recall. Then you practice a lot and you become more and more skilled, and it's progressive. So that's what blogging is. That's what blogging is. That's exactly what it is. So when you get clear on that, it becomes easier to succeed, even though it still takes a lot of work, because then you're not trying to make it something it's not. You're focused on the skills and having fun, and helping people and targeting, and that's when things come together. The struggles arise, guys, when you try to make it something it's not. And here's what it's not. It's not a job where you get money quickly, like a weekly paycheck. Like you start blogging now and you're like, I want money by Thursday. I want money today, or maybe bi-weekly. In 2 weeks, I need this money. No, you're making a mistake. It's not. Don't make it something it's not, because it's a business. So identical to any business, it takes many hundreds of thousands of hours to build up, to learn how to do it, to practice, and to build the skills, the credibility and exposure by following simple practice, even when it's really scary and uncomfortable, to actually allow the income to flow to you. It is not a business. I mean, it is a business. It is not a job. So if you need money now, get a job, ask for a loan through some business channel, financial channel, or ask for money from a friend or family member. I mean that truthfully and seriously. And I don't mean that in condemning fashion. A lot of times people think in a pejorative sense, like, go get a job, you. No, I mean literally. Get a job if you need money now, because blogging is not giving it to you. When you try to make it give it to you, it will not, because it's not a job, it's a business. It would be like someone who's opening a business offline and they're just conceptualizing it, and within a week of just beginning to learn that they expect money, it's insane. It's like a doctor a prospective doctor who's like, I want to be a doctor. One day they're just like, boom, they finally figured it out. I'm going to be a doctor. I'm going to undergrad, pre-med for their undergrad. And then after 5 days, they're disappointed that they haven't made a penny or a cent or $100 from being a doctor when their practice, they actually be able to make money. Getting that together is probably 10, 15 years down the road. And it sounds so silly when you think of offline examples. But then bloggers do this online. It's nuts. Not in a nasty way, but it's not sane. Come on. So blogging is not a way to manipulate people into giving you what you want, no matter how many bloggers using fear use this strategy and say that it works. It's not that, because in almost every case you're going to struggle, fail, and quit. And in the rare cases where you become highly skilled at manipulating people with fear to get money from them, and there are some bloggers who are very good at this in the world. I'm not saying it's good. I'm saying they're very skilled at it. They pay the piper. So when you use fear on people to scare them into giving you money, you eventually lose your reputation. You attract a very large tribe of critics, and people tell you you're a scammer, and they tell everybody else in their tribes there's a scammer, there's a spammer. You probably run into legal problems eventually. And it's only because of you and your mind. And you're trying to make blogging something it's not. Manipulating people, giving them little value, almost no value, and then telling them, here's the upsell. So of course, it's not blogging. That's not true blogging. It's something it's not. And you tried to make it a scam, or you're trying to get something for nothing, or a quick way to make money, or you're using hype. You're using fear to scare people to give you money because you're afraid of committing to doing the honest, truthful thing of doing what it is. Blogging authentically, genuinely. I'm using this platform to help people, really helpful content, to build relationships. So when you run away from that, of course, you're going to engage in all these silly tactics and strategies, and you're going to promise the world for $5 or $10 or for free. No, you're lying. And the point is, guys, you're going to have to look at yourself honestly and say, uh-oh, trying to make something it's not. When I look on the boards every day on social media and I see the updates, and most bloggers are trying to make it something it's not, and they're struggling, failing, quitting. They're wondering what the problem is. Or again, maybe they become kind of skilled at manipulating folks, and they made a few bucks, so they're starting to gain their momentum, and then they run into all this resistance because people will be like, you're lying. You're not giving me any value. And it's just the blind leading the blind, metaphorically. Those who are afraid, desperate, and greedy are trusting the afraid, desperate, and greedy bloggers, and everything falls apart. It's like a house of cards. Bottom falls out. I've seen it so many times over my 15-year career out of hundreds of thousands of bloggers. I have seen hundreds of thousands of bloggers. I've been doing this since 2008 for many tens of thousands of hours, not 10,000 plus, 20. I'm throwing around these numbers so you start processing. I've been doing this for so long. I've seen virtually everything under the sun. I've seen most bloggers try to make it what it isn't. They fade away. The ones who stick to the fundamentals and honor what blogging is and live that and value that, and they're being truly helpful, those are the ones that keep rising. So that's it, guys. We'll cut today short a little bit. Got a little busy day offline. That's what blogging is, and more importantly, what it's not. Stop by bloggingfromparadise.com, guys, where I sell blogging courses, online courses, and blogging ebooks for your guidance. Until next time, you know what to do. Enjoy paradise, all.